Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. For those of you who are new here, my name's Adam. I'm a high school tech ed teacher. I teach classes like 3D printing, electronics, and woodworking. And I'm trying to start a little side hustle where I make some 3D prints, have a little 3D print farm in my home. So plan for today, I'm going to talk about my second sale of some of my products. I'm going to talk about some new filament right there that I got sent. We're going to test that out and then talk about some plans for the farm moving forward. So sit back, relax, enjoy the video. All right, so first things first, I had a second sale on my hidden drawer organizer product, which I was very happy about. I won't say who. My mom! But I'm very excited. So I'm going to get this on the printer here. It's about a 15-hour print. And only having one printer, it kind of shuts me down for a little bit. But again, I think it's pretty cool getting another sale on that product. So I'm going to head into OrcaSlicer, get that fired up, and go on the printer. All right, it's the next day, so let's go check on that print. Looking pretty solid. Oh, yeah. All right, let's get this off the bled. Let's get this off the bed. All right, so I'm grabbing that right now. I think it came out really awesome here. All right. Oh, yeah. Nice. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay. So now one of the big issues that I was having, if you watched any of the previous videos, it's still there quite a bit, but they call it that benchy haul line. I'm actually pretty happy with how it looks from the side. When it's straight, like on here, you can see it, but it's actually not too bad. Like when you look at it from the side here, it's definitely noticeable, but I'm pretty happy with how this came out regardless. So now I'm just going to take some time and get a bunch of those supports out there, and then kind of go from there. So this came out really nice. Difficult to see for sure. There's a little bit of string in there in the middle, but this is one of the nicer prints I've made with this model. And also zero warpage on the corners there with those mouse ears. Perfect. Get this other one rolling here. Perfect again. I really like these settings that I've been using. Now, there is that at the bottom. I'm going to try and wipe that off. I don't know what this residue would be from. It's honestly not going to be a huge deal, I don't think. You set it down, you're not going to really notice that it's there. But if anybody has an idea of what this might be in the comments, let me know. Would love to learn from that. But I think this came out super clean. Really impressed with that. All right, so now that I have that product done, I'm going to print out the drawers separately. Don't need to see that. The drawers are the drawers. I'm going to get those on the printer. In the meantime, I think I'm actually going to take a test at running the UJoy biofilament that they sent me, just on a smaller version of this. Honestly, I am not sure I want to wait the full 14 hours, so I might make this just a little smaller scale version, just to see kind of how it holds up with a larger print like this. Print at the exact same settings that I did that black one that came out really, really nice. So I'm going to run this with that UJoy biofilament. Again, kind of compare greens together. I know the UJoy bio is a little bit of a darker filament, darker color, but it should give us a pretty good comparison between both greens. So I'm going to get that fired up on OrcaSlicer, get it on the printer, and check back in a little bit. So of course my mic decided to die here, but this is the package that UJoy Bio sent me a couple weeks ago. Honestly, it's taken me a little bit to get to it. I haven't been as active in the print farm as I would have liked, but they sent me 2 rolls of their filament. I was super excited. No strings attached from UJoy Bio, just wanted me to make some prints with it, which was really cool. So there's a small clip of unpacking here, and again I talked through kind of some of the stuff that they have, but fortunately that died. Little dent on the side, didn't impact the print whatsoever. Opening this up, you can see that first one is going to be that yellow Hyper PLA, which is a filament I have not tried yet, but this next one is going to be the green Elite PLA. I love that color. Came out really cool. You can see me here in a second. I'm going to start loading those into the AMS. Now, I did print an organizer out in a similar color green. Honestly, the UJoy Biofilament's quite a bit darker, but I thought it would be nice, and what I'm going to do is just test the same print with the same different color, or same-ish color filament, and just kind of compare the two. That is Bamboo Labs green PLA there, so I thought it would be perfect to try and test that out. Opening up the filament, it was sealed really nicely. Nice cardboard spool. The spool was intact completely. 0 issues across the board, which was really nice. Coming up here, you'll see a really nice side view of that filament. I really like that green color. Again, a little darker than the Bamboo Lab PLA, but I really like that color. I think it came out really nice. It looks really nice on the roll, and I'm excited to get it on the printer. So this here's the video of me getting the filament on the AMS. It took me a lot longer than I thought it should, to be honest, so here's just kind of the tail end of this process. Kind of reaching in that corner gets difficult, but it is what it is. It's on now. All right, so now that we are here, I am going to I googled this a little bit. I had no idea how to do this. I've only ever used Bamboo Lab filament before, so I'm going to go into this tab up top here. I'm going to go to custom filaments, and I'm going to create a new filament. So let's see if UJoy Bio is an option in here. It doesn't seem like it is, so I'm going to say can't vector, and I'm going to call that UJoy Bio. My type is going to be PLA. Not worried about the serial number. I think I'm going to create based on current filament. I'm not really worried about that. We'll keep something close to it. And what is that kind that I got? I think that was the Elite. Right, okay. Now let's see. UJoy Bio PLA Elite. There we go. Changing that to my green color. Okay. So now it seems like we are in pretty good shape. Okay. So I'm going to go to calibration then, and I'm going to now my question is, let's see if I can synchronize my filament list. Keep saying that it's incomplete. Oh, there it goes. Okay, we just need to change the file. Oh, the more you know. Okay, so now that I have everything set up there, I think I am going to let this run as is and just kind of get my option. Oh, make sure this textured PI plate, excuse me. Now the one thing I will do is the cooling, again, recommended on here for the filament, I'm sorry, the textured plate was 60 and 60, so I'm just going to make sure that I set these to the recommended UJoy Bio properties. That way, hopefully when I head back into calibration, it'll do kind of the same thing. So I'm going to let that run, and then I'll check back in here with just a second, and we'll make some modifications and continue moving along that line. All right, so we're taking a look at this here. I don't know how great you can see that there, but in my opinion, we're looking at something along the lines of, say, the 0.02 came out really nice. So I'm gonna go with that 0.02 value. So we're gonna head back into Orca Slicer here. Hit next. go 0.02 for the UJoy Bio PLA Elite. Hit finish, click OK, and then we're going to do the flow rate just to make sure again that we have the correct calibration ready to go. So I'm going to set this again to UJoy PLA. Sorry, my phone let me know that it's low battery. Making sure it's set to textured. I'm going to let it do its thing. I should probably clean this up before just letting it run. All right, so we're back, and I'm going to take a look at the UJoy Biofilament on my organizer print that I left on the printer last night. Looks like it came out pretty nice. I'll clean that up later. Came out really nice. It's pretty solid. There's a couple little areas here. Let's see, it didn't quite cool. A lot more layer lines too. In my opinion, a lot more layer lines than you'd see from this. Oh, maybe not. It looks pretty similar, honestly, to my previous green. Let's see how the supports remove. It's impossible to do one-handed. I'll have to dig in there. I won't bore you with that part, but I mean, the beginning part of it does seem like that's set up really nicely. The one thing I will say is it looks like the overhangs, you can kind of see much. They kind of dipped a little bit more than my other print here. So you can see like this one had no overhangs. Come up through there, but this one we certainly had a little bit of that. So that could very well just be temperature adjustments and stuff too, but that is something to keep an eye on. So overall, I think it's pretty solid. I was a fan. I think the color looks nice. Definitely the layer lines are something that I would have to mess with. Again, this is probably just printer setting error rather than filament error. But overall, I love the color. It's a really solid print. The front came out gorgeous, so I'm a big fan. So I think it's also time, based on that previous Lego project they did, I'm going to test that UJoy Biofilament out on that, let it run. That'll be nice because there's some intricate different corners and stuff. So I'm going to let that project run for a little bit. Should take right around 2.5 hours. So I'll check in with you on that, update you on how the UJoy Biofilament itself came out, and we'll get right to it. All right, so I have the Lego build down here. Now, there's a couple areas. This one in particular, you can see how those like really small pieces that were on like the back, like little, I don't even know what to call those. It's like angled grill pieces is what I called them in the video. You can see that it struggled with that small overhang as opposed to the bamboo filament. I don't think had any issues. Again, cooling issue, speed issue. I'm not sure 100% what that might be. And then there was also like a funky like layer shift that you could see here. It was just on that piece. Everything else was perfectly fine. But to me, it almost looks like it's split right at that top part. Now, a couple other pieces there you can see have some slight overhangs. The warping, non-existent, which is really nice. There's a little bit, actually, now that I say that, there's a little bit of warping on that back piece there. It's kind of hard to see. Let me see if I can take that off and show you here. No, I lost it. Oh, there should be. Just a slight warp there. See a little bit on that corner. But the big thing is how do they fit together? So let me grab a couple pieces here just to kind of test. So you look at the piece here, pretty solid. Again, I think there's some little things that I need to touch up setting wise for this filament, but see, the fit is pretty nice. So tolerance wise, I think we're in pretty good shape there. The snap that I wanted is still there too. Oh yeah, absolutely. Okay, so that I'm pretty happy with. Just the fact that it looks pretty solid, that snap's still there, to me indicates that the tolerances, again, as I spoke about, are pretty consistent to the bamboo filament, which is nice. Now, again, I keep talking about that bamboo filament. That's just, what I've always used. So that's what I compare it to. But I do think across the board, everything fits pretty nicely together. It looks sharp. And yeah, I'm happy with how that came out. Cool project. Another thing to add to the wall there, but I think this came out really cool. Again, just a little things that I need to touch up on the printer end in terms of slicer settings, but overall pretty solid. The overhangs here did pretty well. Also, little tiny bit of stringing on the one side, but nothing that's bad at all. So I did want to say a huge thank you to UJoy Bio for sending over that filament. Again, I did really like it. I need to certainly get a little fine tuning with the print itself to get some of those layer lines and taken care of. But other than that, really solid colors. Just thank you a lot. If you're interested in getting some of that filament for yourself, you can visit a link below. At this time, I don't actually get anything for you for clicking on that link. That could change in the future. Here's hoping that it changes in the future. But again, I just want to thank them for sending over that filament. It turned out really nice. I'm excited to get some more prints rolling with that. So that's going to be it for today's video. Thank you for watching another day in the print farm. Excited to get another order. Excited for everybody's support and for tuning in. If you like this content, if you want to follow along with the growth of the print farm over the next couple months as we head into summer, I would love it if you subscribe, like the video if you enjoy this kind of content, and leave a comment below. Let me know your thoughts, anything that you think about the filament itself. And yeah, I'm just super excited to continue learning and continue doing something that I really enjoy having as a hobby. So again, thank you so much for watching. And hopefully we'll see you in the next one. Thanks.